my sexuality, my spirituality are intertwined in the fact that I need it, especially if I'm manifesting something.
Yeah.
Then I have to have that regular person who can keep up with me in that period. So that would not work for me.
Wait, you're manifesting something.
When I'm manifesting, I need the sex to help me. Yeah, the orgasm. So orgasmic manifestations. That's what I do.
Oh, okay.
So in my manifesting, when I orgasm, it opens a portal that allows me to create that thing that I'm trying to get. So
wow.
When I'm really manifesting, I'm having a lot of sex.
You ever opened up your journal and you thought for a moment, dear future self, dear future life, or for me, dear future husband? Join me on this journey as I explore love, romance, and happiness, and have intriguing conversations with individuals as we explore their secret lives in romance and in love. I'm Belinda Sanders, and this is my podcast, Dear Future Husband. Hey guys, I'm Belinda Sanders with Dear Future Husband podcast, as well as Dear Future Husband, the book. And season 2 has been absolutely amazing. It has been lit. And today, oh my God, my good friend Shae from Bravo's Love Match Atlanta. Hey.
Hey girl, hey.
Oh, I am so excited to have you here. Oh, this is going to be amazing, guys. But before we get into it, please, right now, if you're not already there on my YouTube channel, click like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit the notification buttons so you don't miss anything from this upcoming season. Shae,
yes,
let's get into it, baby.
Let's do it.
Welcome, sissy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me, girl. I'm so excited.
My pleasure. So not a lot of people know you,
okay,
right?
Yeah.
They know you, but they don't know exactly what it is that you do.
Right.
And to me, this is such an appropriate conversation to have. And I have a plethora of questions. Plus, we're about to get all up in your business.
Get all up in it. You have free reign to get all up in my business.
Well, listen, I cannot wait. But first, I do have to tell you that this episode has been sponsored by Peculiar People Holistic.
Okay.
And when I tell you they have the absolute best detox ever.
Nice. Colon cleansers.
Yes. Listen, there are just a few things that I did when losing my 25 pounds the last 3 months, and this was one of them.
Nice.
Okay, so Peculiar People Holistic is amazing. You've got to check them out.
I shall.
All right. And you'll get your own, your samples.
Thank you. Thank you, Peculiar.
Yes. All right, so let's get into it.
All right, what you want to know?
Okay, so for everyone that does not know, what you do, the name of your business, I know you just elevated your brand.
Absolutely.
So let's hear about that.
So I am a matchmaker. My name is Shae Primus. I am on Bravo's Love Match Atlanta. And my business is upper echelon matchmaking.
Ooh.
Yes. And it is a luxury matchmaking service. And I help people find people who are at par with them. You know, a lot of times we are settling out here in these streets and we think, I'm so successful and I can't find nobody on my level, so I gotta date down or I gotta settle. I mean, men do it too. Men do it, women do it. I would say men do it more. But I'm like, you don't have to, men or women. You don't have to.
Oh, I love
so
that.
then I go find people who are at par with each other so that you don't have to settle.
So basically what you're saying is that you can study my life for just a moment.
Yes.
And then you can study your client's life.
Yep.
And for the right price tag,
you
can match me with my future husband.
Yeah, and then really the way it works is I study your life. I run a whole lot of assessments. I have a sex therapist on staff. I have a regular therapist. I have an astrologer. I have all these people who are professionals on my staff who run all these assessments on you. I spend time with you. I do a lifestyle assessment where I get to learn what you like, what you do, who you hang with, what you like to eat, all these kinds of things.
Okay.
And then I go find those men, like where they are. You know, if they are at a certain conference, I'm at that conference. Yes, I go where they are. I travel to find him for you.
Wow.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I noticed because you and I, we were planning to go to the Super Bowl.
We were. Yeah.
What happened to you? Girl,
what happened to you?
Girl, you know what? I was triple booked.
That's typical.
So I was like,
Belinda.
Shae got it.
Typical
Shae got
Belinda.
it.
Listen.
I literally was triple booked, so I had to pick.
Yes.
So I ended up going to New York Fashion
That was
Week,
our plan.
right?
We were to do it together. And you know, we turn heads when we together. So
But
it would have been epic. But you know, I held it down for you, girl. I held it down.
So much so you didn't even answer my calls when I called you.
I did.
No, you didn't, sis.
Check your voicemail. I left you a voicemail.
For
I called you.
real?
Yes, I
Okay,
surely
my
did.
bad.
I left you a voicemail. I said, "What's up, Belinda? I'm here. Where you at?"
Oh, you're forgiven.
Yes,
Okay,
I absolutely
okay.
did. I'm not gonna leave my girl hanging.
Okay. Thank you.
No, wouldn't do that. But no, seriously, it was a great time. I was mixing and mingling with great people. Met Ray Lewis, for example. Drake had a party. Like, you know, it's about access. That's what all of this is about. You know, we get access to these people and we have to go. Because I might not necessarily want to meet that person for you, but I want to meet people in his atmosphere, in his presence, in his circle. I want to tap into their database, and even if it's not them, they have a friend. So I'm like mixing and mingling. I'm trying to get to know. That's what I do. So you're paying me to have access to these people, and I know you, and I'll find somebody who's compatible with you.
Yes,
that's how it works.
I love it. And so I love the fact that you know me.
Yeah.
So when I'm ready to take that level, girl, like I said, if my strategy don't work, I'm coming to you. I promise you.
Yeah, I know. But in the meantime, you know, I'll be coaching you along the way because I'm rooting for you. I'm Team Belinda for sure.
And what I'm most excited about is that our boss man.
Yes.
Rose himself, Rick Ross, actually said to you.
He asked me to match him. He
he
absolutely
said
did.
he'll give you like $1 million or something.
$1 million and change my whole life.
Okay.
Yes, and I'm up for the challenge.
How's that going?
Well, I want to showcase it on season 2, so stay tuned.
Yes.
Stay tuned, but you know, I'm always up for the challenge. I mean, Rose is a whole boss, and I've already gotten like an influx of women who want to meet him.
Oh my
and
God,
yes, they all want to meet him. And I'm like, okay. So I'm like, let me just host one big event, invite everybody, and we can just go through and scratch them off and line them up for him.
Right.
He can have options.
I love it.
But I feel like we can all have options, and I think one of the things that I think we struggle with as we date is people have this scarcity mindset that, oh, there's not a lot of whatever I'm looking for out here, so I'll just settle with this next person that I meet. And what I'm saying is don't. Don't settle, because if that ain't it, let's find the one who is. And a lot of times we put up with so much and we settle so often, and we shouldn't have to.
Correct. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Listen. So, coming from someone who is actually an active dater.
Yes.
You talked to me a little bit about how you date.
I date a lot.
And I think it's so interesting. So tell us a little bit about your dating life.
I date a lot. You know, one of the things I realize is that men know how to date, and women, we just out here just getting played left and right. We don't know what to do. And what happens is our approach is, I'm going to find this one, I'm going to lock in on him. This going to be my husband.
Forever.
And we don't even explore. Anybody else is like, meet this one guy, you go on one date, and this is your husband, you planning your future, you writing his name, and you know, and we don't vet. We don't take the time. We don't see the red flags. We get caught up. Then our emotions get swept up. Then we sleep with them. It's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Over there.
I'm all into you.
We go together.
We go together. We get married. I'm planning it.
Right.
We get in imagination ships.
Yeah.
And he ain't even agreed to this thing. You done planned it all the way out. So what I do is I date multiples.
Okay.
And I keep my options open. That allows the person who believes he's the one to step up to the plate, because you already know there's competition. I make it known. You know, and what you won't do, somebody else will. And you can also get dismissed if you you cross a boundary, you don't do what you're supposed to do, you can get dismissed.
Of course.
And I dismiss all the time. And I just keep the rotation going. It's so much fun. It's so much fun.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But you always find, you know, men understand this. Let me tell you, because they play sports, they watch sports. And when you watch sports, there's always a starting group. There's a group those are starters. And they understand this concept, because if at any time the starter doesn't play to his potential, the starter gets tired, the starter's not doing his job, the coach will sit him down and somebody from the bench will come in and play. And if that person from the bench outplays the starter, he can lose his spot. That happens every day on every game. So they understand how this is played. We just don't know how to play it.
So this is a whole game and we have no idea.
We ain't playing it right. You need to have your starters that can be replaced at any time by somebody on the bench. And so sometimes I'll say, you know, because 4 is really like enough for me. So if I have 4, then I'll say, you know what, I'm kind of full. My plate is full right now.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, I don't mind. Let me know. Let me know when the spot becomes available. That's literally what they say to me, because they understand that they're now on the bench, but they want to be in rotation. And they'll tell me that, like, I want to be in rotation. And I'm like, okay, I'll let you know when your time's up, when it's time for you to jump in the game.
Some real stuff.
Yes, we don't know how to play the game. So when I match people, I present them with options as well, because you need to choose. Don't get locked in on this one person. And if I present you with quality options, all of these people meet the criteria that you say you want. Just like no different from a job interview. They don't hire the first person that applies. They interview this whole list of people, and then they choose the best candidate. Why don't we date like that?
Wow.
Choose the best candidate, not the first candidate.
Girl. This is elevating.
Yes.
Like, seriously.
Yes. Yes.
And you know, it's just that, like you said, we're like, for me, example, you know, I'm a Southern belle.
Yeah.
I just got to the point to where I don't mind seeing more than one guy.
Good.
Right?
I'm so happy for you. That's great. Yay.
But there's no intimacy. Like, there's no physical intimacy for me. Like, I'm not going there.
You don't want to have physical intimacy?
No, I have not. I've chosen to not do that.
You're abstinent.
Right now I am.
Okay.
And I almost feel like, because I'm a very sexual person, just being honest, I almost feel like as long as I keep myself away from certain situations and circumstances, I'm not depriving myself. I don't want, like, I just got out of a relationship and it got pretty serious, right?
It did. I didn't know that had ended.
Yeah, it did. And it was, you know, it's by choice. Like, I was like, I don't think I want this. It literally blinds you. Like, for me, having sex, having intimate relations like that, sexual intimate relationships, it keeps you from seeing certain things.
The red flag.
And so while we were dating, it was my regular yearly annual fast time. So during my fast, there's no sex.
Oh, every year you fast for a period and there's no
Absolutely.
sex? Okay.
Yeah, it starts right after November.
Oh.
Yeah, right after November, and it goes all the way through my busy season, and I typically stop. Yeah.
So 3, 4, 5 months you going?
Yes, child.
In a relationship?
Honey, you gotta understand. Like, you know how people prepare for the new year in the new year? No, I always start like a month before.
Really?
And then I go in because I need for my experience in life in all aspects of my womanhood to be elevated. I cannot go into a new year being the same exact person, making the same exact mistake. So I need for my mind to be clear.
That's nice.
And relationships sometimes in sex can cloud that.
Got it.
And, you know, obviously when I was married, my husband and I, we made compromises, but I'm dating.
And
right now I'm single. I don't have a ring on my finger. So there is no conversation.
Yeah.
This is the time that I need for myself right now.
That's interesting. I do think that could be challenging while dating, because then you know that he's going to get it from somewhere else.
And you know what? And if he does that, then that's just not my guy.
So you expect him to also fast during this.
Absolutely.
That's a challenge,
if he
Belinda.
feels like, and that's okay. But see, I have certain requirements.
Right. And everybody should have requirements, whatever they are. And if he can't step up to the plate, well, he can't. But I'm just saying that's quite. If I met somebody who told me 4 months out the year, Shae, I'm not gonna give you none, I'm gonna be like, well, just know I'm gonna get sick from somewhere else.
We may know. Listen, like if we're married, it's different. But we're dating. Why do I? Why I need to?
I get it.
Because see, for me, I do. There are certain things I think that we got to remember that we must do for ourselves. Yeah. And for me, that's my fast. That's my. I have to have that because. I'm the first domino shade of so many different people.
Oh, wow.
It's because of me that so many people eat.
Wow,
it's because of me that so many businesses are open.
Belinda.
So many families are fed.
Wow.
Shae, I cannot lose myself.
No, you cannot.
In life's challenges, life struggles, and in these bad relationships that are not for me.
Wow.
So perhaps that's your test.
Yes. Okay.
But now it's my testimony.
That's good.
Next.
I love it. Okay. Hey, I love it. But so you've now opened yourself up to the option that you could date more than one person.
And you know, it wasn't intentional. It just happened. I started seeing a person just as a friend. Like we just started hanging out only on a friendship level.
Yeah.
And like I told him, I said, hey, you know, I met him while I was fasting. I'm no longer fasting, but it's continuing, and he understands that that's the space that I'm in right now, and he just appreciates the time that he gets to spend with me.
That's good.
And it's just friends. It's like hanging with my best friend, and I love it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You know, friendship is a good foundation for relationships. Me personally, my sexuality, my spirituality are intertwined in the fact that I need it, especially if I'm manifesting something, then I have to have that regular person who can keep up with me in that period, so that would not work for me.
Wait, you're manifesting something?
When I'm manifesting, I need the sex to help me. Yeah, the orgasm. So orgasmic manifestations, that's what I do.
Okay.
So in my manifesting, when I orgasm, it opens a portal that allows me to create that thing that I'm trying to get. So
wow.
When I'm really manifesting, I'm having a lot of sex.
So I don't have my husband yet because I'm not having sex. I get it.
No.
Okay.
No, that's just for me, and I know everybody's different.
No, I've heard that.
Yeah,
I've heard that. As a matter of one of my good friends.
We were just talking about
that.
And we were here because we get each other, and that's just it's something that I don't share often because I know people don't. Sometimes if people haven't heard it in our church, then they are like, oh, I'm not into that.
Right.
So I'm really careful about what I share. Yeah. But that's my truth, and I need a partner who understands that.
Girl, and so I would really love to have a partner that I can just get on, like if I'm in that space, I'm married, obviously, because that's my goal for my future and for my life. So, but I just can't imagine just like being with my man, girl,
and just manifest.
And every night, baby, lay down so I can manifest, baby, just lay down.
Yes.
I just want to manifest right now.
And we have a goal. Imagine you have a goal together.
Yeah.
And your purpose in having sex right now is to get to this goal, and y'all get there together, and you orgasm together, and you manifest. Girl,
I need that experience in my life.
You manifest that together.
How about that's going on my vision board?
I'm telling you, you can manifest anything: money, success, businesses, whatever it is that you want. Yeah, because God gave us the ability to create, right?
Yeah.
So we can create whatever it is we want. So anyway, that's important to me. I have to have a partner who understands that.
You know what's funny? There are times, right, that I have been intentional about I've told God, even recently, right before my divorce, I went to the mountains in St. Lucia.
Oh, nice.
And I intentionally climbed the mountain so I can have a conversation with God. My daughter I had been on a 3-year, it had just been interesting. My house burned down. The next year, my daughter had to have heart surgery. The next year, my child was stricken with leukemia, and she almost lost her life.
Oh my God!
You get what I'm saying? So it's like I needed to get to the highest peak.
Yes. Oh my God!
To be able to kind of, in essence, like not literally, but spiritually in a way, like, God, this is the highest point on this earth. I need to get next to you.
Oh my God.
And I went to the highest mountain I could in St. Lucia, and it was in that moment I began to experience other breakthroughs in my life. My marriage was over as a result also of that experience because I needed clarity, and in St. Lucia I got that.
That's beautiful.
Right?
I need to go to St. Lucia and put that on the bucket list.
Girl.
Yes. Wow. That's
but
deep.
So I get that. And I think we all find ways to reach God in
whatever
in
that
different
is.
Ways.
And I feel like a lot of times women, we understand what we're looking like our spiritual path, but we don't necessarily seek to find a partner who can also be on that path with us.
Yeah.
And sometimes we say we want somebody who's at par with us financially or maybe business-wise, maybe family-wise. But spirituality is, whatever your spirituality is, you can find somebody who's at par with you there as well. If it's intertwined in your life, that's going to be something that's important to you. And so for me, and just what you described sounds like that would be something you would want as well.
Yeah,
it's somebody who I don't have to hide this part of my life with. Like, we can do this together. That's important.
I love that. That's basically just making sure, and I didn't do that. Shae, like, I'm going to be, you know that. You know that about me. And that's what my book is all about. It's about doing that work now. Vetting properly. Getting, asking, we do not vet. Questions.
Oh, my God. Once we find out you fine and you can take us to nice dinners. And you can dick us down. Then it's a wrap. Yeah, I don't really care nothing else. Whatever you got going on, it don't even matter. And that's what we have to stop doing. Because you're making a permanent decision
on a temporary emotion, baby.
You cannot do that.
Right.
But we do. All the time. Well, that's why having a matchmaker comes in, because I'm going to do that part before I even present him to you. I'm going to vet him, background check him. I'm going to know these things about him before I even present him. So that's one of the benefits of hiring a matchmaker. I do that legwork. I go find them, I vet them, and when I present them to you, it's like, these are your viable options. And I'm going to present all good options so that you just go, oh, well, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Like, which one do I want? Which one do I want to date them all? And I'm like, do it. Date them all. Decide which one you want. Yes.
Okay. So you do background checks, you check their health.
Well, you know, that now we're getting health, we're getting into, you know, HIPAA and all that. So I can't, like, know health, like, not to that extent, no.
What about, like, STDs?
I do ask questions. I can ask questions, but I don't have access to people's medical records. You know, I'm not a doctor, so I don't have access.
And there's no way you can do that, right?
Okay. Not legally.
Gotcha.
Like, people do have a right to some privacy.
Listen, I just want you to do everything.
I know. I mean, I could lie to you, but I can't.
Awkward it is asking
I will go to jail
giving
people's health information. But I can ask you, like, do you have any STDs? And they can tell me yes or no. I can't tell you this is the absolute truth. I do ask them, and I do, because I also push PrEP, because I'm on PrEP, and it prevents me from getting HIV. Well, I'm dating multiple people. Listen, if you know what I know, everybody who's having sex needs to get on PrEP, because there's people out here doing.
What is that?
PrEP is a medicine that prevents you from getting HIV. And you could take it in a pill form, or you could take a shot. They have medicine that keeps you from getting it. So I'm on it, because I be hearing some things, girls, people that's into some things, and I don't want it. So what you won't do is give me this. They are not honest.
People are not honest about their sex life.
About their sexuality. So that's why I have a sex therapist on staff, because she assesses what you're into. I have to know. If you tell me I'm vanilla, I just like it missionary, and I can't introduce you to somebody who want to hang off the chandelier and want to have threesomes and want to have men and women and want to have, you know, I got to know where they stand and where you stand,
and that's
so that I can make sure that y'all are compatible. That's important. These days, a lot of people are sexually fluid. You know, men are with men and women. Women are with women and men. This is what's happening. This is happening today.
This is why I just want to find my husband and just get out of these streets, girl. Like,
but these wives need to know, girl, because these husbands out here too. The wives are married, but the husbands,
men that let alone.
The husbands are still single. It be the husbands on the dating sites. It be the husbands at the singles events.
Oh my God.
The husbands sliding in the DMs. Yes.
That's not hopeful.
I'm just being honest with you. So from my perspective, if I have the mindset of, I know this is happening, I'm protecting myself, hopefully you're going to tell me the truth. But if you are not, you're not going to give me HIV. Like, I'm going to protect myself. Like, that's how I approach it, because I know they're not going to tell the truth.
Yeah. Girl, I mean, honestly, this is the thing I was afraid of. You know what I mean? I'm just being honest. I wanted to stay married
for that reason.
Not just for that reason, but because I love family. And I wanted to stay married because I operate better in the confines of a healthy.
You're a wife.
I am the essence of who Belinda Sanders is. I'm a wife.
You're a wife.
I don't want to be in the streets. Like, I don't. And I find myself, when I date men and I get intimate with them, I start wifing them and they don't deserve it.
You start wifing them immediately?
Girl, I mean, if I get sexually, because listen, Shae, most of my adult life, I have been a wife.
I see.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's why now the space I'm in, I'm like, no, we just friends.
So that's the thing. So this is what you have to, so if I were your dating coach, I would say, beware of that. So if you know that that's something that you do, don't keep doing it. And by dating multiple people, you can't wife them all. So by dating multiple people, you're not allowing them to get that emotionally invested, right? You're not getting emotionally invested. And now it's like, okay, I see you on Thursday, I see you on Friday, I see you on Monday, I see you on Tuesday. Hey, next, you next, rotation next. I mean, but then the one who is the right one for you, he's gonna rise to the occasion.
Yeah.
He's gonna stand out head and shoulders above everybody else, and you're gonna be like that one. You're gonna know.
I have a question for you, and I need your honest opinion. Okay.
Okay.
Now, and I know this has been amazing, but I know we got to wrap up soon. But I have to know. Now, listen. Okay. What is that like for a guy? Because I remember when I first got married, my ex-husband, he was like, I don't care who you're dating. I don't care what you're doing, but I'm going to give you a week.
A week?
Yeah, girl. He said, I'm going to give you a week. And, you know, then basically we go together.
Cut it all off.
Yeah, cut it all off. And so we're going to plan our life. He said the next 12 months you won't recognize your life.
Did he change your life like that?
Absolutely, he did.
Wow.
It was amazing.
That's deep.
Yeah, it was the best of my life as well as the worst of my life.
Okay.
Both.
Oh, wow.
Okay. So, right now, like when I meet men like that now, and I do, it kind of frightens me.
It's a red flag.
Not necessarily a red flag, because I know that when a man is serious about a woman, that he is forward in that way. So it's not a red flag, but it frightens me. I'm like, yeah, hold on. Like, I don't want to even date him. I find myself, I'm like, no, we can talk over the phone. I'll see how long you're patient with me. So I have guys that have been so sure like that, and like, no, you're her, blah, 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 blah. And I literally have never gone on a date with them because I guess I'm just kind of like afraid.
That would turn me all the way off. I'm gonna be honest with you. And I do think to me it feels like control issues for me. I know,
and that's why I make weird.
Yeah. So that sounds like, you know, you the one, I'm gonna lock you down, and you do give off this vibe that I could do that with you, but you also need to let them know. But I'm also Belinda, the entrepreneur. I'm also right, and so yes, I'm soft and I'm feminine.
Set boundaries.
Yeah, but you gotta set these boundaries because they can't just come in and run ruckshot over you.
No,
they just cannot do that.
I got
you
too
have
much now. I
to
mean,
lose.
this is like
Yes.
I allowed him to do that years ago. I mean, I had, you know,
you didn't
not
have
as
much to lose. Yeah.
Right. So I mean, he elevated my life then.
That's awesome.
But you know, financially and everything.
Yeah.
But now it's like. No, I can't
don't
do that in that way without knowing you. You don't even know me.
Like, you can't just come in here. No. So, yeah.
So my question is, how do you know if a man is serious about that outside of just waiting it out and seeing?
I think they can show signs. Like, for me, it's all about intention and persistence. Like, I feel like a man who's serious about you, he's going to be intentional with his actions. Like, one of the guys I'm dating, we're long distance. But girl, every 2 weeks he's here like clockwork. He's intentional about it. Nothing stops him. He's gonna be here to see me. And so to me, that shows he's intentional about it. Like, I'm coming to get you. Don't worry. I don't care who you on a date with. I don't care what you're doing. I know what I'm bringing to the table. And this kind of man that's confident, and I like it.
Right.
But it's not too pushy, like get rid of everybody. It's, no, you're going to see that I'm the one. And I'm going to take my time and show you that I'm the one. And I like that. Now with him, I could be like, okay, I see you. Okay.
I'm going to sit back and watch.
And he shows up. And so for me, that's what works for me. That kind of forceful, like.
Well, no, my ex-husband, like, we had dated for a year and a half before he did that. We dated for a year and a half. We broke up, you know, for a while.
And then he said that.
And then he was like, you know, I got myself together. Hey, what you doing next week? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it wasn't like we just met.
Because I was like, that would not work for me. I'm like, I'm too busy for that.
But no, these other guys, that's how they approach it. They don't even know me.
And they just be like,
you know what they think of me from online and social media or whatever. And then that's the approach I think. I'm like, that frightens me.
Make them earn it,
But of course.
Make them earn it. Make them show you. Like, make them earn it. Because I think what you have to understand is who you are as Belinda, what you represent, this goddess, this queen. You know, has he earned the right to have access to you? And then what are the boundaries? What are the rules of engagement in having access to you? And once they cross that line, once they mess up, then you be sincere about you've crossed this line, you've crossed this boundary, your access is revoked. Like, you've got to be intentional about that. And I'm really like, hey, this is the cost to play with Shae. This is what it requires. Here are the requirements. The minute you don't meet those requirements, you will be dismissed and replaced. I make sure everybody's aware, and now we can play the game.
Okay.
Yeah, but you need to make sure they step up to the plate. You make them earn it, because they see you and they desire you and they want to tame you. They want to tame you. And it's like, no. Respect who I am. Yeah. Appreciate who I am. Yeah. And step up. Make them step up. Make them earn it.
Wow. Okay. Now let's get some particulars in. Now you got to tell me, you mentioned a little bit about your dating life, but is there a particular one that's standing out for you?
So, each week that answer will change because they do different things, and sometimes they doing good and sometimes they not. Today, I'm going to say no. Today, I'm going to say nobody is standing out. Okay. They all playing nicely in the playground. Nobody's doing anything significant to make me, turning cartwheel. Okay. So step it up.
All right. Okay. Okay, that rotation I feel is about to change, girl.
I clear the roster quickly. It'll be like, roster clear, starting over.
Oh, my
But
goodness.
we do have that many options, and that's how I present myself, like a queen. Like, I recognize that I'm going to have many suitors, and I get to choose who I want, who I allow to have access to me. It is a privilege, and it can be revoked.
Oh, yes. So give us some dating advice out here and let everybody know how they can, contact you. And are there any tips you can leave us with?
One, I think women really need to understand how to date, understand that they have options, get rid of the thought that there is, just scarcity. There is no scarcity, there's an abundance. Yes. And when God created you, God created your mate. So understand that, believe that. Don't fall into the trap of, I gotta settle with this one person because there's nobody else in the whole wide world for me. Don't believe that. Get out of the house, because most of the time women are just sitting in the house. And I don't know if you expect him to knock on your door, deliver a package and tell you he the one. Like, you gotta get out, you gotta mix and mingle. Yeah. Go where the type of men that you want should be, because that's what I do. That's how I meet men for my clients. I go where those types of men would be.
Yes, I noticed that you do that.
Yes, and thank you also for inviting me to things, because you do, and I appreciate that. Okay. But you got to go where those men are, and don't be afraid to open your mouth. Like, a lot of times women feel like, well, I'm cute, he should just, I'm also going to walk up and say, excuse me, I'll pay you a compliment, I'll start a conversation. I have no problem with that. I'm not going to ask you on a date, but I'll start a conversation. I'll let you know I'm here and open the door for you. So don't be afraid to do that. I think that's something that women need to work on.
I'm really afraid.
Let's go out together. Let's go out together and I'll teach you how to shoot your shot.
Girl, where are we going? Not in Atlanta.
We can. We can go anywhere. We can go wherever you want, girl.
It's not going to be, okay, let's think. Where's a good place to go?
I don't know. I hear Houston, Dallas. I hear DC.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Dallas.
Let's do it. I'm down. No, let's do it. And let's just get cute. Another thing women need to do, stop looking like you taken when you out. You all covered up, look like somebody's auntie, somebody's grandmama. You need to show off, you got to show it. You got to show a little leg, show a little cleavage. Show it.
But don't we then attract the wrong type?
No,
like, see,
it depends on where you are.
Sexy
I'm not saying go to the hoochie club, go to the ratchet spot, go to the nice restaurants, go to the nice events where those men are, where the type of men that you want. Yeah. But I'm saying they still want some cute, they want some eye candy. You don't need to be all covered up looking like somebody's grandma. Let it out.
Unless you covered up in a suit like this, right?
I mean, that's fitted, and you got a little cleavage showing. You ain't covered up. You don't look like nobody's grandma. But you know what I'm saying? You always do. You always look cute. But some people,
thank you, boo.
Some people don't know how to do that. So, anyway, but you can find me on. I'm on Instagram, Shae Primus Matchmaker, and you can follow the show on Bravo or Peacock. Yes, upper echelon matchmaking. If you're ready to find someone who's at par with you.
Listen. Okay, first of all, I got to mention our sponsor again, Peculiar People.
Yes.
Detox, and we also have a holistic deodorant as well as the soaps. Nice. It's healing for the body, but my favorite, and it's also good for teenagers as well, are their gummies. Nice. It's literally amazing. This is for biotin, great for the hair and the skin.
Yes, that's good.
So it's an amazing product. So I definitely am grateful to our sponsors.
Yay,
for
thank
this
you, sponsors.
event. Yes. So I'm going to have you to have, actually, these two are for you, darling.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
But before we leave, I need you to do what each of our guests do in a Dear Future Husband with Belinda Sanders fashion. Look into that camera.
Okay.
And let America know what is on your list. What do you look for?
For my husband?
In your future husband, yes.
Dear future husband, I need you to be spiritual so we can manifest some great things, some businesses, some money, some building, some empires together. And dear future husband, I need you to be family oriented so we can raise our kids to understand how to build their legacies. And you need to be very sexual, and you need to know how to please me and not be afraid to explore. And be all into me. I need to be a priority, and I will also make you a priority. Looking forward to meeting you.
Oh, yes! I love it. Like, share, subscribe. Guys, comment. Let Shae know what you think about this conversation that we had today. And also, if you are looking to be matched with your equal, check out Upper Echelon Matchmaking.
Yes.
And also, don't forget to check her out on Bravo TV and also Peacock. Girl, you are everything.
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
baby.
you so much.
I love you. I love
Thank
what
you for being
do.
my friend, Belinda.
Yes, boo. Thank you. God bless. Take care, guys. And we'll see you on the next episode. I told y'all season 2 was going to be all the way lit, baby.